Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome and please consider subscribing and hit that notification bell below. Very excited for today's beer. It's actually one of my favorite beers. Like if you look at all my time drinking craft beer, this beer has consistently been a favorite of mine, and it is Ommegang's Hennepin. Um, it might even be the first Ommegang beer I had. Early in the craft days, I've talked about this before. At least for me, like Ommegang was considered a pretty local brewery. Them and Ithaca were the only two, maybe within I don't know what's Ommegang maybe within an hour. But yeah, Hennepin. So like they introduced me to these Belgian style ales. But anyway, so if you don't know anything about Hennepin, and shame on you if you don't, farmhouse saison with spices. It's 7.7% ABV, and the spices are coriander, ginger, orange peel, and grains of paradise. Champagne-like, effervescent, it says on the side. If you go there, and I haven't been there in a couple of years, but if you do, or at least it used to be, if you do a tour or just a tasting, like when you do the tasting, before they do these beers, they'll have, this is what coriander is, this is what, orange peel, and like different things that you can smell them before you taste the beer. They do a good job there for sure. They just had a big expansion that have not been since, so I definitely want to get down there. But anyway, I have the most proper glassware. This isn't just an Ommegang glass, but this is actually Hennepin specific. I used to have the old school Hennepin one, but it broke. So the next time I went, I made sure to get a Hennepin glass again. I have a Hennepin post or a tin. Yeah, big, like I said, big fan of this beer. Have not reviewed it. Just rinse this glass out. Dirty, hashtag dirty glassware, hashtag dirty water at my new house. Uh, yeah, champagne effervescent for sure. Nice orange, yellow, sunshiny kind of color. It's hard to see through. The head is just off white. Super compact bubbles. It looks, I can already smell it. Oh my God, it smells so good. It definitely looks like what I think Hennepin should look like. A nice haze on it. Let's get a proper aroma. So the first thing I get is definitely that yeast characteristic. Um, it almost has like a banana-y, like that. Sometimes these Belgian yeast, I think put that out there. But yeah, definitely get some like these spicy notes, like the spices. I don't know if I could like pull out right now, at least like, oh, this is coriander. There's a brightness, there is a citrus, so there you go. The coriander, there is a citrus note, and that coriander, although being the cilantro seed, right, it does have like a orangey thing. Almost bubblegummy with that Belgian yeast too. It's biscuity, it's doughy. There's like a little bit of this funk element. It smells so awesome. It smells exactly how I remember it. Again, it's been a while since I've had it, which is a shame. It's in 16-ounce cans. Like, that's freaking crazy. But anyway, see about the taste. Cheers. As time passes, taste buds can change, palates, flavors you're looking for. This is consistently just a beer I like. It's still coating my mouth. I mean, I took a sip a little while ago, started talking. I still, get it all around my mouth. Man, it's good. A lot like the aroma. I get that doughy biscuit, that yeast, a little bit of what I'm perceiving as dried bananas, more in the taste, where I just got like ripe bananas in the aroma. It's more of like a nice, like if you have ever used a food dehydrator and done bananas in it, it has that. Not those banana chips as much. It is a lot of effervescence, champagne without like having like the nostril burn because it's so bubbly. But it is wine-like in that I get white grapes, or like not white grapes, a dry white wine. I'm not good enough with wine to say a specific kind. but it is reminiscent of a dry white. Man, it's good. It is just good. There's a little bit of a bitterness. It's really refreshing. I've just been drinking, and it's great, but so many pale ales, IPAs, double IPAs that are bitter in such a different way. So it's cool. It's like coffee. Like coffee can be bitter, but it's different than how hops are bitter. And this is, yeah, it's from the hops, I'm sure, but the bitterness is different than like how the hops play in something like an IPA. It's refreshing, but also like because it's relatively dry in the finish, it makes me want to take another sip. It's just such a refreshing beer. It's dangerous for 7.7, 7.4, 7.7. It's dangerous for the ABV. Joe from the Beer Patrol recently reviewed their Rare Voss, which we used to drink once a year up at Ommegang. We used to go to a conference up in Cooperstown. When I say we, my friends from work and I, my old job. And this bar would always have Rare Voss, let alone if we went to the brewery and tried it there again. They would do pints of it, good price point, and it's so drinkable, but it's a high ABV. And very same thing, or very similar thing here. It's so drinkable. It's such a high ABV for how easy it is to go down. Pairs so nicely with food, different kinds of cheeses. It's just so good. But yeah, I think it's obvious. It's a clear winner for me. It's a classic, American craft beer. It introduced me to all sorts of amazing American Belgian style ales, but also Belgian beers. So I'm forever grateful to Ommegang, and yeah, it's just a great beer, and definitely want to throw some more of this kind of stuff in the rotation. I appreciate Joe doing his 6-pack or sixer a month, where he just goes to his local Wegmans and gets mixed 6-packs and doing some classic stuff, doing some beers he hasn't tried in a while or had in a while, and it's really put in my head like I got to throw those in the rotation more. I think I've rambled enough. Thank you guys for watching. If you had Hennepin, what are your thoughts on Ommegang? Clearly I'm a fan, but I'm always up for debates and curious what other people have to say about it. My pendulum, I don't know if it's swinging back or not, or if it's still over here with all these, barley wines, barrel aged this and that, New England style IPAs. So I don't know if really my pendulum's swinging back or just it's like a magnet. More of these old styles are coming to it again. I don't know, but I definitely am in the mood for some of these things I haven't had in a while. What are your thoughts on that? Put in the description or in the comment section below. Check me out on Instagram on Untapped. No hype beer reviews at both those places. So always please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.